Hey guys, it's Keegan. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my apartment essentials. If you guys are moving into your very first apartment or you live in an apartment, these are some things that I think are a necessity, that are essentials for your apartment. Last year, I moved into my very first college apartment. It was kind of furnished. Honestly, pretty crappy. Not the best apartment at all. Like half the things were broken. When you first move into your own apartment, you're like, whoa, I have to buy everything. It's honestly pretty different than living in a dorm. It's more of a burden. There's a lot more things that you need to buy. I will be doing a video on the things that you will forget to bring to your apartment. That is coming up, but these are the essentials. Just like in my dorm essentials video, I'm breaking them down room by room. And a dorm is just one room with many little different sections, but in an apartment, there's actual room. Also, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you're not already here. I have a ton of back to school and college videos coming up. I'd love for you to check them out. Hopefully they're helpful. Let's get started. We're gonna start off with the kitchen, probably the most exciting thing. Living in a dorm, you haven't had your own kitchen, so this was the thing that I was the most excited about. Obviously, you're going to want pots and pans. I was super lucky because my mom had just recently bought new pots and pans for our house, so she gave me the extra ones. But I'd honestly recommend, don't splurge, but don't get super crappy ones from Amazon. They're like a set of 100 things for $20. That's gonna break. That's not gonna be good quality. Maybe get a set from Costco. Try to find coupons and more cost-efficient ones. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Some of these are kind of boring. There's more exciting things coming up, I promise. But you're also gonna want a baking sheet. We kind of got like a set of 3. You also need like a casserole dish. My kitchen has no storage in it, like practically none. So we didn't have enough storage for a casserole dish. But if you want one, like a brownie pan or something like that, we currently do not have one because we didn't have enough storage for it. But if you have the room for it and think you'll use it, get one. Get what you think you'll use. This is something that I think everyone owns. I swear it's like a cult having one of these, and I am a part of it. But you need an air fryer. You don't need a $200 air fryer. Honestly, the cheaper ones I find are the best ones. They're super easy. Like you just press a button and go. You're like, oh, I want to make salmon. Fish button, bam. But the more expensive ones, it's like, oh, here's a timer to flip it. Oh, here's a preheating option. Here's this, blah, 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 blah. I'll link down below the ones that I have. My oven barely works. It's a very crappy college apartment. The handle where you open the oven falls off constantly. It takes about 2 hours to preheat. It doesn't really work that great. So an air fryer is honestly like a mini oven that you can put on your counter. So I recommend everyone have one. Also, if you have a ton of roommates, it's really great because if someone's using the oven, you can just use the air fryer. I recommend everyone has one. Like, I'm bowing down to my air fryer. It's so good. I think that everyone needs one in a college apartment or just any apartment. I think everyone needs one. Bury me with my air fryer. These are some of the appliances that we have and that we use often. If you feel like you'll never use it, don't buy it. We have a blender and a toaster oven. I also recommend getting fridge organizers. I live with roommates. All have like little sections of the fridge that's ours. My section is quite small, so I'd recommend getting fridge or cabinet organizers to really help you organize your stuff and be the most efficient with space. A lot of times in apartments, especially college apartments that you share, there's very limited space, so having organizers really helps maximize your space. We also have a Brita. I recommend getting the biggest one that you can possibly find so you don't have to refill it all the time. We have one of those like the nozzles, so it's not one of the pouring one. There's 4 of us in our apartment. Only 2 of us use the Brita, and then 2 of us use like a water delivery service. Filling up the Brita so often is very annoying. We don't have like an RO system or something like that to drink water from, or even like fridge water. One thing that I feel like gets overlooked very easily in a kitchen is dish towels. Make sure to get a few. My roommates and I like to get like seasonal ones, like put them on our oven when the handle has not fallen off. My roommates also got a dish drying rack. I personally could live without it. I feel like it takes up a lot of counter space and I can just personally dry a dish easily, but they really like it. So if that's something that you want, go for it. Measuring spoons and measuring cup. I'd honestly recommend skipping out on a liquid measuring cup just to save some space, because a measuring cup and a liquid measuring cup, although one's supposed to be for dry ingredients and one's supposed to be for liquid, they're the same thing. Obviously, you're gonna want silverware and then steak knives. Either get some that are dishwasher safe or make sure all of your roommates know that you need to hand wash them. The essentials: mugs, bowls, plates, cups, and wine glasses. Don't get too many of all these because you don't want so many extras and it's just taking up space and you're never going to use them. Get a good amount. IKEA has really good dishware sets. I got 2 of those and it works perfectly for 4 people. All my roommates also did get their own sets. I kind of recommend just sharing one, and so everyone doesn't have their own and just cleaning up after yourself. You're also going to want dish soap and dishwasher pods. You're also going to want a dish scrubber thing or a sponge, and then something to put your dish scrubber and sponge into, like a little cup thing, you know, one of those. And last but not least, a trash can and trash bags. Let's talk about the living room. So my living room came with a couch, an ottoman, a chair, a TV, and then a TV console. Yours may come furnished, it may not. I live in a college apartment, so obviously that's why it came furnished. A lot of apartments don't come with a TV, so I'd recommend getting one. For your TV, I'd also recommend getting a Fire Stick or a Chromecast. My apartment, we used to have a different Wi-Fi that a Chromecast worked on, and then they switched our Wi-Fi because the apartment covers the whole Wi-Fi, and now our Chromecast doesn't work, so we had to get a Fire Stick. I personally like using the the Chromecast when you have a ton of roommates, but I liked using the Fire Stick for just myself for my TV in my room. Really up to you, whatever one works for you guys. A Wi-Fi router. My apartment, like I said, controls our Wi-Fi, but some apartments don't, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, another thing that I really like is an Alexa or a Google Home. I honestly use mine as a speaker and it comes in handy so often. The last thing for the living room, I'd recommend getting extra seating. I live in a 5-bedroom apartment. One roommate moved out, so now there's just 4 of us, but they only gave us 4 seats. So for a while, there was one person that literally had to sit on the floor because they didn't give us enough seats. So I'd recommend getting bean bags, chairs, ottomans. We actually got a huge bean bag, like a huge one, from Facebook Marketplace. So if you can find one, Facebook Marketplace, those other websites where you can buy used furniture from that I'm blanking on right now, try to find things that are a little bit cheaper so you don't have to buy them brand new. Let's talk about the bathroom. I share a bathroom with one of my roommates, so we split the cost on all of these things, but you might have your own. Shower curtain, a shower liner, shower hooks. You're probably gonna want something to put your toothbrush in. You're probably gonna want like a little bath rug so you don't slip on the floor. Probably gonna want cleaning supplies. This could be a variety of things. I think everyone has different cleaning supplies, like a toilet cleaner, like floor cleaner, a counter cleaner. I put all my cleaning supplies in my bathroom. Once again, we have no kitchen space. Cleaning supplies, definitely you're going to want that. You're probably also gonna want bath towels, hand towels, washcloths, and then some kind of shower storage rack, whether it's a shower caddy, whether it's one of those things that go up against the wall or one of those things that go by your shower head. I literally just have a basket that I sit on the edge of my tub because I didn't know what else to do. Next up is your bedroom. So my bedroom came with a bed, a desk, a chair, and then little drawers that went under my bed. You're really gonna want a mattress topper. If your apartment gives you a mattress, it's going to be super uncomfortable. Mine's not a real mattress. I've talked about this in my dorm videos before. It's like a slippery thing, but if they give you a real mattress, definitely get a mattress cover to protect yourself from whatever has been on that mattress before. But a mattress topper is super important. I recommend getting like just a thick plush one, just a super comfy one. It's going to be your bed. You want your bed to be your oasis. Why not splurge in a mattress topper, right? Obviously sheets, bedding, pillows, etc. You're going to want that as well. I also recommend getting curtains if you can. My apartment came with blackout blinds, but they don't work. They let light in so much and it wakes me up at 5 a.m. when the sun rises. So if you can get curtains, I totally recommend getting blackout curtains. The blinds just don't work and it's an everyday issue for me and it drives me insane. I'd also recommend getting storage, stuff for your desk, but above all, I recommend getting lamps. My apartment does not have overhead lighting. My dorm also did not have this. Maybe it's just an Arizona thing. We only have windows, so at night it's pitch black if you don't have a lamp. Whether it's a desk lamp, a floor lamp, I recommend getting something like that. For your closet, if you're living in an apartment, your closet's probably tiny. My closet is so small in my apartment. I think my dorm room closet was actually bigger than this one. I recommend getting hangers. I talk about these hangers all the time. The velvet hangers from Amazon. They save so much room. They're super skinny and then the clothes don't fall. I don't know why I'm pretending to be the hanger, but if I am, and these are like the hanger shoulders, the clothes don't fall off because it's velvet, so it saves a ton of room. It's really efficient. The packs from Costco or Amazon save you a ton of money because there's so many of them. I've talked about this before. I totally recommend getting extra storage if you can bring a dresser or some kind of like ottoman or basket to put like swimsuit, shoes, extra clothes in. Really helpful. I also recommend getting a laundry basket. I think everyone needs one. I recommend getting one of the vertical ones instead of one of the horizontal like flat ones just because they save more room. Of course, you're gonna want your laundry stuff, your Tide Pods, your stain removers, your color catchers. I've actually heard that Tide Pods can get stuck to clothes because apartment and dorm washing machines are horrible. I've seen people talk about getting liquid detergent instead of Tide Pods, so up to you. One of my roommates got a drying rack. I personally never use it, but she really likes using it. I recommend getting a foldable one just because it saves room and so you can fold it up when you guys aren't using it. Obviously, if there's anything on this list that you're like, I'll never use that, then don't get it. But if there's something on this list that you're like, oh, write it down so you don't forget it. And then obviously the very last thing you're going to want to get is decor. The best part. The thing that makes an apartment feel like home is decor. You'll probably want throw pillows, whether they're for your bed or for your couch. You'll want extra blankets to make it feel homey. Some art or picture frames, some mirrors, either full-length mirrors or mirrors that you hang on the wall. Rugs are a huge thing, especially in a living room. My living room, we didn't have a rug for a while. The second we got a rug, it just felt like home. Candles make your apartment smell really good and yummy and not like the frat boys that lived there before you. Those are some things that you're probably gonna want to pick up for your very first apartment. If you're moving into your first apartment, I'm so excited for you. Definitely go check out some of my like move-in vlogs or stuff like that if that is any more help. I don't know. Like I said, I'm also doing a video about things you're probably going to forget in your apartment. Those are some miscellaneous things that I may not have included in this video, so keep an eye out for that. I'm so excited for you guys to move into your first apartment. I love you all so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!